then the trip to Simon Fraser didn't take. He's a backup. He played a lot more games.
And that his thinking is to get the fans more involved, something different for them, and get them up and going immediately, seeing the team come out of the tunnel with the gold jerseys on.
Absolutely. The the phrase that comes to mind with Frosty is he says the fans aren't at the game, they're in the game, and certainly involving them more by getting them fired up with a new look and a new appearance out there on the field is part of what goes into coaching. I mean, you try and get the momentum, you try and get the enthusiasm, and work the home field to the greatest advantage that you can, and that's part of the reason why the uniforms today.
Captains are meeting at midfield in the coin toss. Apparently the toss was won by the Lutz. We'll see now whether or not they will accept first or defer to the second half. Central has been in town for a couple of days now. They had a chance to practice yesterday here at Sparks Stadium. Our weather condition today, lots of sunshine, but strong gusty winds as well coming out of the south-southwest, 20 to 30 miles per hour. So that could play a part in the passing game here this afternoon. Now, something aside from our final matchups today around the country, back east, Westminster and Findon, Nebraska against Baker, Kansas. PLU will be kicking off, so they did defer till the second half. Jamie Thomas will tee it up at the 35, down to our left, kicking left to right, back deep. To return the kick, Charlie Hampton and Montrell Macon are inside the 5 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats will be wearing their road jerseys, the silver pants. It's the crimson red helmets with the crimson stripes down the side of the pants, the white jerseys, and the crimson red numbers. And we are ready to go. Thomas awaiting the signal from the official to start the game. This is Loot Football on 1180 KLAY, Lakewood, Tacoma. And here we go. Thomas approaches the football, sends it high and deep with the wind at his back. It'll be taken at the 1. And here comes Hampton up the near sideline, across the 15 and slips out of bounds up near the 20-yard. Mark Jones. Atterbury should be seeing some time, but mostly will be E.J. Henderson at the flanker spot. The split in Larry Bellinger, the tight end Aaron Mackey. On 1st and 10 from the 19, moving into the strong wind. The lone setback is Craven, 5 yards off the line. And he'll get the handoff and hit Winder in the backfield and drop back at the 7. Over the last 3 or 4 games, 2 receivers will go wide right on 2nd down and 12. Ball rests between the hashes. Kitten again with a lone set. Behind him, it's now trips right. Getting a 2-step drop, throw slant and pattern over everybody's head and out of bounds. Until the starting front defensive forward, the backers, of course, Ted Riddell, Judd Benedict, John Ruby. It is 3rd and 12 for Central at their own 17. Trips wide right. Rayleigh the lone setback. PLU putting everybody in the line. Now they'll drop off a one defensive back. Rayleigh gets the handout, tries to the break to the outside. He's got to the 20-yard line, and he's got the first down, or does he? Let's see where they spot him out. Just a sold-out house here, and most of those fans cheering for the black and gold of PLU.
Well, this place seats 4,500 or so, they say. Not too many empty seats that we can see here.
Jason Carter is the punter. He drops back inside his 25. Chad Barnett and Ted Riddell are just across the midfield stripe, down to our left for the Lutz. And let's see whether or not Central tries to draw the defense offside, maybe pick up the first down via the penalty. 9 on the line for the Lutz. 14:08 to go first quarter, no score. Just underway at Sparks Stadium. Quarterfinal action. The snap is back. Carter will get the punt off into a stiff win. Nice kick high. Will send Barnett back to the 25. Cuts upfield. He's trying to get to the outside, and he is driven down at the 20-yard line. We'll lose about 4 on the return. Good pursuit downfield. Second team punter. They put the ball at the 20. Hash mark right side. 1st and 10 for Mark Weekly and the Lutz. Trips go wide left. Gavin Stanley in the game will come up wide right. Single setback, Aaron Tang. 3 yards off the line. On first down from their own 20-yard line. Weekly will hand off, and this is the fullback Barber pounding his way up across the 24 to the 25. Was seeing playing time this afternoon. He's been nicked and banged up with hamstrings all season long. Has seen very little playing time. He comes out. They bring in an extra wide receiver, and the Lutz go with a 4-receiver set, 2 left and 2 right, and a single setback. Lined up 5 yards off the line behind Weekly. On 2nd down and 5, man in motion is Stanley coming toward the formation. Now he reverses direction. Option play Weekly. Looking for the pitch, keeps it himself, hits the line of scrimmage, gets up for maybe a yard, and that's it. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And the first play, but then also to get the ball back on the offense and do what their defense did and succeed and do well. And this is a very key third down situation for PLU's offense here in their first series.
3rd and 4 from just shy of the 27. Hash mark left side. They need to get to the 30-yard line. 2 receivers come wide right. A single set to the left side and 1 setback behind Mark Weekly. The senior quarterback takes the snap, drops back, looks near side. Now he's throwing over the middle. It is complete to Stanley. Tight end has the first down up to the 36 before he's driven back. It'll be 1st and 10 PLU.
Wise up to par as he makes a catch there and picks up about 10 yards.
Weekly will send the diamond set wide right. So 4 receivers come to the wide side, the right side of the formation on 1st and 10. Weekly back to pass, fake pump, looking, gets pressure, steps up, rolls away to the far side, deep downfield, looking, has a receiver wide open. Shapiro at the 20-yard line, tripped up and dropped at the 18-yard line. Beat the
Shapiro, who had found a seam behind Baker for the big reception.
Gavin Stanley will come wide right with Aaron Tang in the slot. 2 backs are split and offset to the right. Tight end strong left is Andrew Gray on 1st and 10 from the central 18. Weekly sends a man in motion. Barber out of the backfield. Hand off to Barnett. Hole over the left side of the 15 to the 10 to the 5 and out of bounds. A first down for the Lutz. It'll be 1st and goal. And Barnett are the halfbacks. The fullback is Tom Barber. Stanley, Gray, and Pyland shifting up, splitting time at the tight end spot. 2 receivers come wide right. A man in the slot. Defensive look of some pressure. Weekly back to pass. Looking, still looking, throwing short in the end zone. Touchdown PLU. On the last couple of weeks, he picks up where he left off.
Well, Jesse Evans, a nickelback, was one-on-one with Stanley, stumbled and left Stanley all alone to just make the easy catch and 6 points.
That time Weekly had all sorts of time to throw. Good blocking by the offensive line. Here's the extra point attempt coming up. A line drive up and through by Jamie Thomas. Much as they did in the first game between these two earlier this season, they go 80 yards for the score.
80 yards in 6 plays, 3 big pass plays. On a 3rd and 3, Weekly hit Stanley for 11 yards. On the very next play, Shapiro hauls in a 44-yarder, and then Stanley, with his second catch, a 6-yard touchdown.
Jamie Thomas will tee it up at the 35 down to our left. Once again, it'll be Hampton and Macon back deep inside the 5 for Central. Again, the wind is picked up, blowing in a northeasterly direction coming out of the southwest. The U.S. and the state flag and the hole in the end zone down to our left are flapping in the breeze very stiffly. Thomas awaiting the signal. Now he approaches the football and he sends this one high, a little shorter than the first one. Will be taken at the 4. And here comes Hampton to the 15, breaking to the outside, has some room, but he's hemmed in by Green and dropped at the 17-yard line. Sophomore out of Lincoln High in Tacoma brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. We'll have trips wide left, single set, 5 yards off the line. On 1st and 10, now trailing 7-0. Maybe changing up at the line of scrimmage as he picks his head up from under center. And now he's back underneath. Takes the snap, will hand off. And here comes Craven, breaking to the outside across the 20, out near the 25 for gain.
Against Linfield 2 weeks ago, 267 yards on the ground against a pretty darn good team in the Linfield Wildcats.
Put the ball at the hash mark left side. Trips go wide right this time. Craven the lone setback, 5 yards off the line, tied in a strong left. On 2nd down and 3, back to pass. Kitna looking right, throws, line drive, incomplete. Threw that one short, intended. Came up inches short on their first 3rd down play on a 3rd and 12. Trips go wide right, and they'll put a slot to the right, so 4 receivers right, and Kitna back to throw, getting some pressure. Here comes Jason Teal, the throw over the middle. It's knocked and then incomplete. One of the linebackers for the
linebacker, and Benedict almost got enough of a hand on it to pick that off, and he had a lot of room to run had he been able to pick it off, but it fell incomplete.
And once again, Carter, who got a boomer off the first time, he's into punt. And Chad Barnett, this one is short, will drop at the 40, touched, I believe, by one of the Wildcat players at their own 45-yard line. So night and day on the 2.
Indeed, Lutz in great position here with the wind at their back, and I think using that wind in the first quarter is going to be so important for PLU. We'll see what they do in their second possession.
Here's Wakely out of the shotgun with Trips left, and Gavin Stanley comes wide right. Single setback is the fullback in the backfield. Wakely takes the snap. Looking, throws, crossing pass, and in and out of the hands of Aaron Tang as he was coming left.
Designed, Tang just unable to bring that one in.
We should say that catch by Gavin Stanley was a record setter. We'll get to that in a moment. Right now it's 2nd and 10 for the Lutz with a 10:19 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 7-0. Two receivers left, double tight end. Option play down the near sideline. Weekly pitches it back to Aaron Tang. Stutter steps, flag comes out, and Tang gets back to the line for PLU. Jim Shapiro has a big catch in this game. Set up the first touchdown. Comes wide right to the short side of the formation. Trips go left. And Aaron Tang is the lone setback. Weekly will be under center here on 2nd and 5 with 10:13 to go first quarter. Now Weekly shifting to the shotgun formation and changing up at the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap. Option play. No, he snapped it right to Aaron Tang, and Tang goes straight forward across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Weekly, a good job of carrying out the fake. Again, Shapiro will come wide right. Trips go left. Weekly from the shotgun has Tang in the backfield, lined up to his right as a wing. On 3rd down, Weekly takes the snap, looking over the middle, steps up, throwing downfield, wide open, Aaron Tang at the 10, 5, touchdown, PLU. And all Mark Weekly had to do was put it into his arms, and he did it perfectly. And for Aaron Tang, it was a nice jaunt into the end zone for the final 10 yards. 9:30 to go, first quarter. Jamie Thomas back on the field to try to extend the lead to 14-0. The snap is back a little high. He brings it down. Line drive is up, and it's good. 9:30.
Has scored today, breaks the old mark of 447 points that PLU had back in 1985. That was in 12 games. Here in the 11th game, the Lutz already with 451 points. So the records are falling, and there'll probably be a few more before the end of the day.
And again, Jamie Thomas will approach the football and kick it left to right. Kicks this one high and deep. This one's going into the end zone, 5 yards. Hampton will take it to a knee right there. Weekly, I should say, Thomas with a win.
As well as they can on their first two possessions, really using that win to their advantage.
Larry Bellinger will come wide left with a slot to the left side and a lone setback. Craven on the end around to Tyson Rayleigh, and Rayleigh dropped that behind the 20, going left to right, dropped it then.
This offense, he's the all-time leader in receptions, actually number 7 also in rushing for Central, so he is a very versatile type of runner who can do a lot of things.
Trips left, and again, Craven the lone setback, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 10. Tice, I should say, Kitten is back to pass, looking near side, throws it to Rayleigh. Rayleigh across the 25 and down at the 30-yard line, close to a first down before he's taken down by 4. He injured his wrist. He did see some playing action last week, but they think he's a little more healthier this week. Trips go wide right. On 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line, hash mark left side, Kitna under center. Here comes the blitz from the outside and the handoff to Craven. He dives over the left side and finds the tiniest of holes and gets out to the 35-yard line.
Of that sort of a run, as there appeared not to be a hole, but he found 4 or 5 anyway.
Picked up 6 officially, brings up 2nd down and 4. Two receivers go wide right. Single setback. Hitting now will change up at the line of scrimmage as he comes up from under center on 2nd down. From their own 36, he's back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's hit from the backside. Fumbled. Picked up by Albert Jackson to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, PLU. And you could really just see the pressure that time. PLU was sending everybody after Kitna, and they got to him. 7:22 left, first quarter. And PLU up by 3 scores. Here's the extra point attempt by Jamie Thomas. It's up and good. Our score, Pacific Lutheran. Recovery. I would imagine it's a fumble recovery because he was back to throw and was not forward with his motion.
Indeed, it was a fumble recovery, Tom. 29 yards officially on the return. And again, Albert Jackson, gosh, it was like Christmas come early here for Albert on that play as he goes 29 for the score.
And here's Thomas again with a kick, sends it high and deep and into the end zone by a yard, and Hampton thought about it for a moment, tight-roped as he danced along the goal line and then kept it in the end zone. Larry Bellinger will come wide left. Atterbury goes right. Tight end is strong right. Aaron Mackey, a single setback, and Tyson Rayleigh is the slot to the left side on 1st and 10 from their own 20. Again, Kitna up from under center with some instructions. Now he ducks under, drops straight back, looking to pass, throwing near sideline. Tyson Rayleigh at the 25, ducks under and driven out of bounds by Marcus Givens up at the 26. Give him 6.
And put up the numbers they have all season without having some success, and I'd say that they will likely get on track here pretty quick.
3 receivers will go wide right. Again, the single setback 5 yards off the line is Craven on 2nd down and 4. Kitna from the hash mark left side, his own 26. Movement. Bellinger and Atterbury will go wide right along with Rayleigh. Tight end will line up strong right as well. Mackey. And here again comes the pressure by the Lutz. The blitz over the middle. The throw wide open over the middle. The catch by the tight end out across the 30. Up near the 40-yard line. Mackey tripped up by Marcus on wide left. He had a pretty good game the last time these two teams played. He's caught 43 on the season. Atterbury will go wide right. Rayleigh is the slot to the left. Back to pass. Kitna looking near sideline. Throws a little dump pass. Caught, but caught immediately falling to the turf is Tyson Rayleigh up across. They put the ball down at the hash mark left side of the central 43. Bellinger will go wide right along with Rayleigh and Atterbury. Mackey, the tight end, is strong right. Craven, the lone setback, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage behind his quarterback, Kitna. Back to pass, has some time, throwing deep downfield, and this one's up for grabs. Tipped by Trevor White and incomplete. That at the PLU 27. Considering he's throwing into somewhat of a win. True. Put it downfield about 30 yards, but indeed, you're right, it was double coverage. In fact, he had 2 receivers almost side by side that play. Trips go wide right, a single set. Bellinger to the left side, and a flag.
A lot tougher than 3rd and 6 here.
They put the ball back at the central 38 hash mark left side. Bellinger again will come to the short side wide left. Now we have a whistle, and the official watch some game films on. If he does get a little pressure, he tends to make mistakes and to panic at times. So that's the key to the game, is getting pressure on the Wildcat signal caller. Both teams back on the field following the PLU timeout on 3rd down and 11. Kitna back to pass, throwing over the middle. It is complete. Atterbury up near the 1st down marker at the 50-yard line, and he should have the 1st down by about half a yard.
Making the catch.
So from the midfield stripe, moving right to left. Central with a 1st down. Trips go wide right. Bellinger comes left. Kitna will hand off to Craven. Straight up field. Finds a hole. Cuts back at the 40, at the 30, and down at the 30-yard line. And again, there's Craven against the Linfield Wildcats, and he's running like that here this afternoon so far. 1st and 10 from the PLU 30. First venture into Luton territory for Central. Trips come left. Hand off Craven. Straight up field. Powers his way down to the 25 for a gain of 5 yards. Well, folks, some JUCO records at College of the Redwoods in California set by O.J. Simpson. Trips come wide left. Strong tight end on the right side. Single setback. Back to pass Kitna. Looking right. Looking for Bellinger. Makes the catch at the 20. Dukes around the defender, Ruby. And dragged down from behind at the 19-yard line. It is enough for a 1st down. And just to see how strong it is, the wind is blowing toward the far sideline. They reposition the football. And as the football got away, they stopped the clock for the officials' timeout to reset it. And now they put it down, and center Andrew Hay puts his hand on it for the Wildcats. John Kitna, the quarterback, under center. Trips left, Bellinger right. Changing up at the line of scrimmage now. Kitna comes up from center with some new instructions. Takes the snap, drops straight back. Here comes the pressure, rolls to the far sideline. Here comes Jason Teal, gets away from Teal, throwing into the end zone, and it is intercepted! Taken away by the Lutz, Trevor White. Looking over the middle of the field, he's got Jim Shapiro, and this one's well over his head, almost intercepted at the 45. As they try to sink out, Gavin Stanley, Barnett, and Aaron Tang will all come wide right. Corey Bray is a wing to the right side. Weekly takes the snap, rolling to the near sideline, has a blocker in front of him, looking, going to take off. Now he throws on the run, caught by Aaron Tang, makes a move around one defender, still on his feet, out across the 45, up to the 40.
Alone for the nice 27-yard pickup.
Should say Aaron's 5'8", 175 pounds.
6 foot.
Grew a little bit there. 2 in the backfield. Split and offset to the right behind Weekly. Out of the offset eye. 2 receivers go left. Tight end Stanley is strong right. Movement along the defense. They get back. Hand out to the big fullback Barber. Powers his way forward into central territory. Dragging defenders down near the 40-yard line. And another PLU 1st down. Well, Tom Barber saw the first quarter. 2 receivers, Barnett and Tang, will come wide right with Tang in the slot. Single set behind Weekly. Actually, Weekly in the shotgun. Now he'll dump under center. Barber, the fullback, is the lone set. He's offset to the left. Double tight end formation. Now Tang goes in motion right to left. The handoff inside reverse from Barber to Tang. Tang looking for a block, breaking to the outside. And he's cut down as he gets to the 40 for a gain of only 2. Mark Weekly, the quarterback, kind of leads 2:40 left. Trips come wide right. Weekly from the shotgun. Back to pass, getting his pressure, so he'll roll near sideline. Throwing on the run, and it is intercepted at the 25. A sliding catch made by Kenton Alford. Two PLU receivers in the area, and I don't know if he was going long or short, that sophomore out of Pasco. So the PLU defense is back on the field. Trips go wide right for Central. Craven the lone setback, and Bellinger will come wide left. Bellinger, another Lincoln High grad, playing for Central along with Kitna and Henderson. That's the Lincoln connection for the Wildcats. Kitna under center on first down. Again, he may be changing up at the line of scrimmage as he looks up and possibly checking off here at the line. Take the snap, hand off. Craven finds a bit of a hole and gets up across the 25 out near the 28 for a gain of 3. Pulled down.
The score shows it as the Lutes have shut out the Wildcats so far this afternoon.
Again, trips will go wide right for Central Washington. Kitna, quick step throw to Rayleigh. Rayleigh hit immediately and dragged down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 25, back at the original line of scrimmage. Good defensive play by PLU, whoever. Bellinger and Atterbury will come wide left along with Tyson Rayleigh. One receiver wide right. And again, Craven is the lone setback. Kitna under center on third down and 9. With 1:15 to go in the first quarter, PLU up 21-0. A long snap count for the Wildcats. Back to pass, straight drop for Kitna. Here comes the pressure, trying to get away. Rolls to the far sideline. Gonna try to run, ducks it under, gets around one defender, cuts back to the middle of the field to the 35. Has a blocker to the 40, to the 45, to the midfield, into PLU territory, and at the PLU 40-yard line. No flags. A nice run by John Kitna. And Kitna did a good job of finding his blockers downfield and following them upfield for the gain. It's 1st and 10 from the PLU 44, hash mark left side. Trips go wide right. Single set to the left side is Bellinger. Craven the lone setback, 4 yards behind. Timeout called by Central. Their second of the first half, as Kitna did not like what he saw on the defensive side of the football, so he uses another timeout. It stops the clock with 56 seconds left in the first quarter, and PLU up by a score of
kind of lower Midwest winner between Hardin Simmons.
Back to action. Craven's on the handoff, takes it straight upfield across the 35. And hurry. We'll have the entire second quarter still to come. In fact, the second half as well. Trips wide right, a single set to the left side, and a single runner behind Kitna, the quarterback. Craven's 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. On second down, Kitna back to throw. Has time, throws over the middle. It's deflected and incomplete as it was intended over the middle.
John Kitna 7 of 13 for 54 yards here in the first quarter.
Again, trips right, and Atterbury comes left. Back to passes Kitna. Here comes the pressure, throwing as he's hit, and it's caught at the 20 for the first down. Good catch over the middle. White on the coverage. 21, Central nothing. You are listening to Luke Football on 1180 KLAY. The second quarter here from Sparks Stadium, 21-0 our score. PLU on top. Central now moving left to right, faced with a 1st and 10 from the PLU 18, hash mark left side, moving along the right side of the offensive line, and that draws PLU.
With none, and certainly on a drive where you're knocking at the door, you don't want a 5-yard procedure penalty.
1st and 15 from the 24-yard line. Trips go wide right, single set, and one receiver goes left. Craven the lone setback behind Kitna. Long snap count. Option play to Craven on the pitch across the 20. Breaks to the outside, down to the 15, and down near the 10-yard line before he's ridden down by Benedict and White. And they'll put him down
for a moment for an extra 5 or 6 yards.
13 on the carry. The ball is just outside the PLU 10 at the 11-yard line. Hash mark right side. Trips go left. Bellinger comes right. Handoff Craven straight up. Dives forward, trying to get to the first down inside the 10, down near the 8-yard line. And
in terms of total offense.
Trips again go wide left. Atterbury in there as a slot back. Back to passes Kitna. Here comes pressure, throwing into the back of the end zone. It's dropped in the back of the end zone by Henderson. Meanwhile, a flag is down. Back around where Kitna
should have been cut.
Big penalty all the way outside the 20, so it's 2nd and goal from the 21. Took that 1st and 21 following the penalty. Again, trips go left. Back to passes Kitna. Handoff. This is Craven straight up field to the 15, to the 10. Stutter steps his way inside the 5. Spun down near the goal line, but did not get in. At least there's no indication yet. With 13 minutes left, and one of the officials lost his hat. It was blowing away from him. Picked up by the tight end Mackey for Central. Goal line offense for Central Washington. 3 behind the quarterback Kitna in the backfield as Donis Henry is checked in. Now they shift to a wing to the right side. Handoff. Craven dives over the left side. Touchdown, Central Washington. The good thing about that early lead is you put some distance and make them play catch up. So Roust out of the hold of Matt Diedrich. High snap, the kick is down, and it is good. Diedrich, you're listening to Luke Football on 1180 KLAY.
And of course the 1 yard on the touchdown run.
Wind is so strong they have to have somebody hold the football for Roust as he kicks off here following the touchdown. Josh Reekway is back deep for PLU inside the 10. Backpedaling to the goal line, makes the catch, goes down to a knee for the touchback. So now PLU will come. The winner of this game, of course, advances to the Final Four, the NEIA Division II semifinals. Chad Barnett will come wide left. Stanley goes right. Two backs are split and offset to the left behind Weekly. Under center on first down. The tight end will line up strong left. Weekly takes the snap, handoff. This is straight up field on the carry up near the 24-yard line for a gain of 4 for PLU. Aaron Tang on the carry for those of the football is on the 25 hash mark right side. Now Weekly with no wideouts, double tied in and a wing to the left. And the two backs are split and offset to the right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Barnett, back to pass, looking deep downfield, has a receiver caught and dropped as the hit knocked the ball loose from the tight end Gavin Stanley. Coming over to put the hit on was Tony Bowie, the left corner. And then Nelson trips wide left. A single set right. Weekly from the shotgun with a lone setback. Takes the snap, back pedals, has some time, looking over the middle, fires, complete. Close to the first down, and they should have it. Up at the 31-yard line. Sliding catch right side, 11:47 to go. Andrew Gray comes wide left along with Chad Barnett in the slot. Backs are split and offset to the left. Now Barber, the fullback in motion out of the backfield, comes right. Handoff as they reverse the other direction to Aaron Tang down the sideline. Stutter steps up near the first down marker. Pushed out about 3 yards shy up at the 48-yard line for a gain of 7. Appearance next year in the Columbia Football Association and the NEIA Division II. Instituted last week in the first round of the playoffs. Weekly with a power formation, double tight in, a wing right, two backs are split. Now a wing in motion is Aaron Tang going right to left through the formation. Weekly will hand out to the big fullback Barber straight upfield, powers his way close to the first down up near the 42. That should be a first down.
Part of the strategy, I'm sure, for Frosty and his staff is to use up as much of the clock as possible when they're forced to go into the wind, and to keep it on the ground when you got a lead to prevent an errant pass and a turnover.
Weekly has two backs split in the backfield. One receiver comes wide left, double tight in. Now a whistle. May have been, play clock is right in front of you, but Weekly may have been changing up at the line and may have taken a few more seconds. He will operate from the shotgun with trips left and one right. A single setback in the backfield along with him. He takes the snap, backpedaling straight. Has time. Now he'll step up in the pocket, rolling to the near sideline, tucks it under, breaks away from one defender, still on his feet, dives across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Gray will come wide left. Stanley and Barnett go right. Weekly from the shotgun with Barber and Tang split, one to either side of him on second down and 6. Awaiting the snap from his center, Brian Flatham. He gets the snap, rolls to the right, has some room, throws back the other way to Tang. Tang looking to throw, no, he'll duck it under and run down the near sideline, sidesteps a defender, tightrope walk down the near sideline in front of the PLU bench and close to.
The second one of the day for PLU, but it came at a bad time.
Jim Shapiro will come wide left to the short side. Trips go right. Weekly from the shotgun. Aaron Tang is the lone setback. Now he's in motion out of the backfield to the near side. Weekly takes the snap. Straight upfield on the quarterback draw. Has a big hole. Cuts to the near sideline at the 40. Upfield to the 45. Dives forward to the 48-yard line. Gets most of the penalty back. In fact, got all the penalty back plus another wide left. Barnett and Tang will both go right. Now Barnett's going to come back into the backfield along with Barber. And Weekly from the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Takes the snap, drops back, has some time, looking, throwing down the far sideline. He has Aaron Tang wide open, makes the catch at the 20, 15. Fumble, the football goes out of bounds. No, it's still in bounds, recovered by Central down at the 8-yard line. Oh my, he had a great reception. Then it was Bowie, the corner, who forced the fumble. Michael, who was on that last tackle of Weekly, credited with the recovery. Kittner will send 3 receivers wide right. First and 10 from his own 7. Hash mark left side. Handoff. This is Craven straight upfield. Big hole out across the 20, out near the 23 and a first down. Tackled by Givens.
So 16 on that carry. He's got to be close to or over 100 yards. We'll check with Earl Perdue, a statistician here.
Trips come wide right. A single set. Bellinger goes left. Craven the lone setback. Kittner under center. 8:26 and counting. From their own 23, hash mark left side. Kittner back to throw, looking over the middle, down leap for Atterbury, and it is knocked away and caught on the deflection by Atterbury. It was deflected by PLU's Trevor White, but along with Tyson Rayleigh. Again, Craven, the lone setback. 5 yards off the line, gets the handoff on the draw, breaks to the outside, got a big hole, cuts back inside at the 30 and down at the 31. And Trevor White coming up to make the stop. Momentum shifts in the ball game. PLU on that big catch by Chang looked like they were heading into the end zone before he fumbled at the end of the play. And Central has taken over at their own 8 and moved down to the PLU 31. On 1st and 10, 3 come right. And back to passes Kittner. 2-step drop, fires over, and it was Rayleigh who had it and dropped it up at the 25. You won't see. Bellinger comes out of the Central huddle. He goes wide left to the short side. Murray, Atterbury, and Tyson Rayleigh all come wide right. Craven again, the lone setback. Here's the draw to Craven. Had trouble holding the football. Spin move at the line of scrimmage. Gets around Ruby. Down inside the 20 to the 19. Craven just faked John Ruby out of his socks that time at about the 25-yard. Part of his body is moving, nothing to grab. Trips come wide right, a single set left, and again, Craven the lone setback. Back to passes, Kittner has a time, hit, throws as he's hit, and throws this one over the middle, incomplete, inside the 5. Diving attempt by Atterbury.
Almost a great catch by Atterbury, but things could have been worse as he really seemed to force that ball.
2nd and 10 from the 19. 21-7, PLU on top. Again, Craven gets the handoff, and he runs smack into Albert Jackson, who dropped him after a short gain of maybe 2 on the play. Albert Jackson, the second quarter, and that's where we stand, 21-7. It is 3rd and 8 from the 17. Kitten under center, back to pass, looking, throwing with pressure, looking for Rayleigh, makes the catch at the 10. He goes out of bounds, but he'll be short of the first down, but I would imagine that the Wildcats will.
Frosty on the sidelines, enlisting the support of the crowd to really get fired up. He knows the defense needs some help out there, and he's on the sidelines eagerly.
And after the deep back hit and driven back, I don't think he got it. He did not get the first down. Big defensive play by the Lutes. Trevor White.
And the Lute defense is up to the task.
The PLU offense is back on the field. Aaron Tang will go wide right to the wide side of the field. One receiver comes wide left. The backs are split and offset to the right. Weekly under center on 1st and 10. Long snap, Cat will hand off. Cutting upfield on the run up across the 15 for a gain of 5. The tackle made defensively for a 14. Stanley and Barnett will go wide right along with Kites. Shapiro comes left to the short side. Weekly from the shotgun. Aaron Tang, the lone setback, off to his right on 2nd down. A long snap count. Weekly takes the snap, back pedals near his 5. Has some time. Looking over the middle, fires, and it is complete up near the 20-yard line. Gavin Stanley makes the catch. Kenton Alford tried to come over the top to knock. Aaron Tang and Chad Barnett will both come wide left. Barber, the fullback, is the single set. Double tight ends are left and right. Weekly under center on 1st and 10 from his own 20, hash mark right side. Moving right to left, turn around, give it to Barber. Barber, big hole over the middle, crashes his way out to another first down out near the 31-yard line. Tom Barber, there you can see as he makes his way upfield, defenders trying to reach in and grab that football away, trying to strip it, but he's got both arms wrapped around it. Meanwhile, Andy Sage, the outside on the depth charts. 4:41 to go. PLU did pick up the first down. Meanwhile, on the Barber run, he got 10 out to the 31. One receiver wide right, Barnett. He's in motion now toward the formation. Inside handoff. They fake it. Weekly on the fake. Back to pass. Throwing over the middle. Wide open is Stanley up near midfield. Makes the catch. Cut down. A first down at the 47-yard line. All sorts of time to look and find Stanley before he pulled that ball out from behind his back and rifled it in for the first down. Up at the PLU 47, hash mark right side, 1st and 10. Stanley goes right, Barnett comes wide left. Two backs are split, toss sweep left side. This is Aaron Tang looking for a block, cuts to the outside, dragged down from behind. Nice job of coming up from the backside by Andy.
Actually stopped him for no gain at all.
2nd down and 10, this time though the ball at the hash mark left side at the PLU 47. Trips go wide right, Shapiro comes left. Single setback, Tang offset to the left behind Weekly under center on 2nd down with 3:20 to go. Weekly back to pass, fakes the quick throw, has time, looks back the other way, and he threw it between 2 receivers. Aaron Tang, line of scrimmage with the offensive unit, will be looking at a stiff wind in his face. He'll send Trips wide right. He'll work from the shotgun with one back in the backfield, the fullback Barber offset to the right. Tight end is strong left. He takes the snap, rolling to his right. Looking, throwing, and he short hops it, or did he? No, incomplete to Barnett up at the 42. Would have been enough for the first down. Mark Weekly, who had a pretty good job of punting in the regular season, was one of the leaders in the CFA in punting average. He will await the snap from center from Trevor White. He's back at his own 33. Macon standing at the 22, down to our left. A long snap count for the Lutz, and now they're going to have to use their final timeout as they were hoping possibly to draw the defense off and give Weekly a little more room to Aaron Tang. So we're ready again following the PLU timeout. Weekly is back waiting the snap from center for the punt. The official still standing over the football. Weekly has a tendency to line drive some of his punts, but get the favorable roll.
You know, it might be that the officials with some of the other media here might always take a full minute every time there's a break in the action.
So now, Trevor White, low snap, taken by a hop. Weekly, line drive, will bounce and roll out of bounds. Still rolling, actually, stayed in bounds inside the 25, near the 24-yard line before Trevor White. Wind blowing left to right through Spark Stadium. So Central has
of Promax, who's very involved in the national championship game with us at halftime for some comments on the first half and the championship game in 2 weeks down in Portland.
Trips left for Central Washington on first down. Craven the lone setback. Kitna with a long snap count. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking left, throwing over the middle, put one up high, looking for Murray, makes the catch, did do a tightrope dance down the sideline to keep a foot in bounds, gets out, has the first down, moves it up to the... You may recall from the first game, had 2 long touchdown catches against PLU. Trips come wide right, a single set to the left side on 1st and 10 from their own 47. Movement on the PLU line. Albert Jackson gets back before the snap of the football. Long snap count by Kitna. Takes the snap, back to pass, backpedaling. Here comes Albert Jackson from the backside. He gets away. Kitna rolls left. Still looking, throwing on the run, and it is incomplete as Hamill stepped in front of the intent. Central. One of the things that PLU said they were going to do defensively was be more aggressive and not as tentative in making a play on the football. They said that's one of the reasons why they gave up so many points to Central the last time out. Kitna back to pass on 2nd and 10, throwing over the middle. Complete as his tight end. No, this is Craven down inside the 30 to the PLU 25-yard line. Out of the backfield, Tom Craven. They don't throw to him much, but he got open.
Missed a play on the PLU 25.
They'll put it down hash mark left side. Again, trips will come. Wide right, a single set left. Craven the lone set back behind Kitna. Kitna back to throw, looking right, throwing, looking for Atterbury. Makes the catch and goes out of bounds, shy of the 20-yard line, up at the 21. He's a 6'4", 205-pound junior out of Lincoln High School. He comes wide right, trips go left. Craven the lone setback, back to pass. Kitna, look right, goes back left. Short pass to Rayleigh. Rayleigh up at the 15, gets hog-tied immediately and pushed backwards. Flag comes out. Probably going to see a face mask penalty coming up. The question backwards, but somebody apparently got a hand on the face mask. Trips come wide right. Bellinger goes left. Craven the lone set. Kitna under center on 1st and 10 from the PLU 11-yard line with 1:56 to go in the first half. Long snap count, give it to Craven. Craven bounces off the pile, breaks to the outside, tripped up, going over the right side and dropped as his knee touches down, urging on the defense. Trips left. Blitz look by the Lutz. Ruby drops off, option play, back to Craven. Craven bottled up and dropped at the 5-yard line. Actually more close to the 6 than the 5. Bellinger will go wide left to the short side. Trips come right. Craven 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Kitna under center, movement. And PLU was coming across the line, and the question is, were they drawn off? Central seems...
They're trying to... Now it's running. Probably got about an extra 5 or 6 seconds there.
Trips come wide right. Bellinger is left. Back to pass. Kitna looking into the end zone. Pressure coming. Gets away. Still on his feet. Looking. Throwing. He's got a receiver. Open. Did he catch? No. Indication. No. Yes. Touchdown Central. It looks like Rayleigh bobbled it, but held on and got a foot down for the touchdown. In the midst of all that pressure coming on Kitna, 2 receivers got open near the...
And realized Rayleigh was in the end zone, put the hands up for the score.
And now the extra point by Roust out of the hold of Diedrich. Snap is back. Here comes the kick. It's on its way. It is up, and it is good.
So far in this game, as PLU racked up 21 in the first quarter, Central now 14 in the second.
Roust will send this one high but short. Will be taken by an up back. Actually gets over Requay's head. He's going to have to chase it down. He does inside the 5-yard line as Joe Turgeon looked like he was going to make a play on the football. Up at the... He made their way down. Craig McCord and Scott Westering. So I'm sure Weekly is just going to go down to a knee. Of course, PLU will get the football to start the second half. Remember, they deferred after winning the coin toss. So Weekly will take the snap, goes down to a knee. 15 seconds and counting. I don't believe Central has any timeouts left. If they do, it's only one. We're down under 10 seconds to go here in the first half as the two teams begin to head towards the locker room. Both teams running off the field, and what a first half we have seen here at Spark Stadium in Puyallup. If you're moving left to right, you got a shot at scoring. 21-14.
Just 198 passing, 90 rushing for the Lutes.
PLU would rather have the wind at their back here in the second half, so they will kick off to start the third quarter. Thomas's kick is short, taken by Hampton at the 10, along the near sideline to the 20, and down at the 25-yard line as Keith Bull. Kitna will send three receivers wide right on first down. One comes left, and again Craven the lone setback. On 1st and 10, turns around, will hand off to Craven, hit in the backfield and drives forward for a couple of yards just to show his power that time. He was wrapped up at the line.
So Craven on pace to have another outstanding day on the ground for the Wildcats.
And he is back 5 yards off the line behind his quarterback. Kitna back to pass, looking near sideline, and he threw this one too far ahead of Bellinger, the intended receiver, and could not convert. That they've been doing very well since then. Trips go wide right. Again, Bellinger will be the single set left. Craven 5 yards off the line behind Kitna, who's back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, throwing, and it is incomplete up at the 40-yard line. Threw it outside as receiver Murray was.
Could have and should have been caught. That time just fell through his hands, incomplete.
Said PLU would have the wind at their back here to start the third quarter. Here's the wind in the face of the punter and Murray. And the punt won't matter because the punter, Carter, went down on a knee.
It's a huge break here for the Lutes as they got it 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 15-yard line.
15-yard line, hash mark right side. Tang and Barnett will both go wide left, double tight end. Barber is the lone setback in the backfield, along with his quarterback Weekly under center on first down. Let's look. Handoff Barber straight upfield to the 10, inside the 10 and down at the 9-yard line as he picks up 6. As the blitz was coming, Weekly quickly turned around and handed off to his
4 for the Lutes.
Kites, Stanley, and Barnett will all go wide left. Tang is the lone setback. Shapiro comes wide right. Weekly back to pass. Has some time. Steps up, looks into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown PLU. Jim Shapiro beat the defender who slipped.
Shapiro, and it was actually an easy catch. Shapiro hauled it in for the 9-yard reception.
And so the Lutes get their first touchdown since the first quarter. And now looking for their 28th point of the afternoon. Jamie Thomas will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Carl Hosett. The kick, it's on its way. It's up. It is good. 13:27 to go, third quarter, and PLU back on top by 14. The Lutes lead it 28-14. You are listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLM. Looking for another trip to the semifinals. They put on the gold uniforms. Thus far, everything coming up golden right now with that 14-point lead. Here's the kick, a line drive taken at the goal line by Hampton. Across the 5 to the 10, breaks to the outside to the 15, and the 20, and ridden out of bounds across the 20 up at the 21-yard line. John and Dwayne Sittler. The center is Andrew Hay. Atterbury and Murray will come wide left, along with Rayleigh. Bellinger goes to the short side, wide right, on 1st and 10 from their own 21. And the draw play, the handoff to Craven, hits a wall at the line and driven down in the backfield and gets forward now. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Jackson and Ted Riddell as the defensive ends on the play, and an extra defensive back comes in for PLU. On 2nd down and 11 from their own 20. Ball between the hashes. Kitna back to pass. Has some time. Here comes the pressure now. Jason Teal almost had him. Roberts is chasing him. Now Kitna in the open field gets hit by Albert Jackson from behind at the 25. A lot of running for a 4-yard gain, and Albert Jackson have great speed, but he has a good job of following his blockers downfield when he does take off to run. That time, though, Albert Jackson caught him from behind. It's 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats from their own 26. Hash mark right side. Trips left. Back to pass, Kitna, looking, throwing, near side. That was deflected at the line of scrimmage. It possibly was Jackson or I think Jason Teal. Strong right now.
Standing almost exactly in the spot he stood last time.
Chad Barnett back at the 42, awaiting the kick. Bad snap again. This time he picks it up without going to a knee. Short kick. Barnett comes up on it. He'll let it bounce near midfield. Gets a central roll down to the PLU 40-yard line. Will be blown dead there. And the Lutes will take over with 11:36 to go, third.
Lutes turned into 6 points.
Chad Barnett immediately comes wide right. Aaron Chang goes left. Tom Barber, the fullback, is the lone setback. Double-tided formation left and right for PLU. Weekly under center on first down. Looks over the defense, now under his center, Brian Flatham. He sends Tang in motion left to right through the formation, takes the snap, hand off to the fullback. Farber got hit on the top of the head as he went straight upfield and knocked to the turf after a short gain of 2.
Then their rushing attack in the first half.
Dave Whedon, the left tackle, was the first to get to the ball carrier. He slowed him down before Worst came up to stop him. Weekly out of the shotgun. Now he will shift under center. Shifts the back directly behind him, sends Shapiro in motion. Now he comes back, fakes the reverse, back to pass. Weekly has time, now rolls to the near sideline, looking. Now he's going to cut upfield, spins away from 2 defenders, gets to the midfield stripe, gets a block, gets across the 45, down to the 43-yard line, into Central Territory. Right side in Central Territory, PLU 1st and 10 with 10:30 to go, third quarter. Tang and Gray will go wide left, along with Barber. Barnett, the lone setback. Weekly out of the shotgun, has Stanley wide right on first down. Takes the snap, back pedals, back inside his own side of the 50. Screen passes intended for Tang. That's the second time this afternoon that Gray and Tang will both go wide left. Barnett will be a wing to the right side. Stanley, the tight end, is strong right. Barber is the fullback. He's 4 yards behind quarterback Weekly. Now Tang in motion. Weekly back to pass, straight back, looking over the middle, looks, fires one near sideline, has his tight end Stanley to the 20, hit from behind up to the 15 and down to the 11-yard line. And a first down for PLU. Quarter. Trips go left for the Lutes. Shapiro the lone set right. Tang is the lone setback under his, behind his quarterback Weekly. Straight drop, has some time, looking. Rolling to the near side, getting pressure from the backside, throwing back of the end zone, looking for Shapiro, goes up, hit as he went up, no flag. Oh, that should have been interference. No flag comes out. As Shapiro went up, he was hit. His feet were taken out from under him, and the ball sailed over his head, incomplete.
Tom, we can hear to see his whole body being shifted as the defender got to him before the ball did.
Officials have been doing a good job up until that point. I think they missed one there. Second down and 10 for PLU. Out of the shotgun, Weekly takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Crossing screen. It was deflected and knocked loose. Intended over the middle for Barber. Now
kind of in a self-destruct mode here as 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 15 is a lot worse than 3rd and 10.
From the 17 hash mark right side, 2 receivers come wide right to the short side. Weekly back to pass, looking for Shapiro. Shapiro got tied up with the defender. He has time. Crossing pass, and it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a hand on it for the Wildcats. And I think from 34 and another from 39 this season. Carl Hoseth, the holder, will spot it down at the 24. So it's a 34-yarder. Trevor White, the deep snapper. Put it down hash mark right side. Snap is back. The kick is on its way. It's long enough, and it is no good. Wide right.
34 certainly within his range with the wind at his back, but just pushed it a little wide to the right, and the Wildcats dodge a bullet here.
So Central will take over on offense at the 20-yard line, moving right to left into the wind. Trips go wide right. Bellinger comes left. And Kitna will hand off. He tried to hand off, but he couldn't. Then he breaks him into the open field on his own. Gets sandwiched at the 30-yard line. He got hit from every direction that time. He pops up immediately. Ruby among those in on that stop.
Just converged on him and just buried him.
PLU has been oh so close to getting to the quarterback. They haven't had a sack since early on in the game. A handoff, Craven finds a hole over the left side, breaks into the open, crunched and lost the football, or did he? No, he held on, but he gets it out to the 39 for a gain of 9. The Wildcats just shy of their own 40-yard line. Trips again will go wide right. The tight end lines up strong right. Bellinger comes left. Handoff, they fake, and on the carry and the keeper, it's the quarterback Kitna. He'll pay the price again, but he should have the first down. That time he turned around to hand off to Henry, and Henry had gone right when he should have gone for Central Washington. A little bigger at 210 pounds. Craven, 5'9", 200. Henry is 6 foot 210. Trips go wide right. Kitna back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Albert Jackson, he gets away, directing traffic, going to take off again, gets hit, gets away, running down the far sideline, gets up to the 45 and tripped up. Finally, running a long way to get about 4 yards in a PLU player.
His ankle as if he's going to return to this game. Of course, we haven't seen him yet, but Craven, I would think, would return if they're going to put the ankle up.
Kitna got 3 on the scramble, 2nd and 7. Draw play. This is Henry over the right side. Big hole across midfield into PLU territory. Trying to fight forward for extra yardage. Has the first down and is dropped at the PLU 47. So he got about 9 for the first down. So Henry comes in, picks up good yardage. And a first down for the Wildcats. Is wide left to the wide side of the field. Bellinger will go wide right. And again, Henry, 4 yards off the line. The only setback behind quarterback Kitna. Back to pass. has some time, steps up, getting some pressure, hit around the ankles, throws it, it is caught by Atterbury, he dropped the ball, and now a flag comes in late. Hash mark right side. So it'll be 1st and 10. And again, Henry continues at the running back spot. Trips come wide left for Central Washington. One receiver right is Bellinger. Kitna is back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's rolling away, steps up, has some run to room with. He runs across the 25 and goes down smartly at the 20-yard line.
Kitna, nice job.
Room to run with. He picked up the first down to the PLU 19. Hash mark right side. Again, trips will come wide left. A single set right, and Henry continues at the running back spot. Kitna back to pass. Here comes the pressure straight upfield. They dump it off to Henry near sideline at the 25. Hemmed in at the 20 and dropped down after a gain of only about half a yard, maybe down to the 18 for a 1-yard pick.
On Craven, and we'll come back to that after this play.
Trips right this time to the wide side of the field. Single set is Henry. Kitna back to pass. Short drop looking into the end zone. Throws one up high, and it is incomplete. Knocked away at the last second by John Hamill. Coming up now from the 18.
Craven 0 for his last 5 through the air. We'll see what happens on this 3rd down play.
Under center, Kitna sends trips wide right. Bellinger comes left. Back to pass, Kitna has some time. Now he's getting pressure, and he's going to be dropped outside the 25, back at the 28-yard line. And this time it looks like it was Jed Benedict who comes through for the yarder into the wind. Actually a 45-yarder into the wind. Hash mark left side. And a timeout is going to be called right now by Central at the 5:05 mark of the 3rd quarter. The holder is the reserve quarterback, Matt Diedrich. Jay Duarte is the long snapper. Snap is back. Here comes the kick. It is long, but I think it's going to come up short, will it? Yes, about 5 yards short. It was heading on toward the goal post. Each and come up empty, and so PLU will take over, but they will take over at the 28.
Trying to jog on the other side during the break, and we're not sure if he's going to be back yet or not. We'll have to wait and see on their next possession.
Meanwhile, PLU sends trips left, a single set to the right side, and the handoff goes to Aaron Tang straight upfield, breaks to the outside, out to the 35, up to the 36 for a gain of close to 7. Gavin Stanley will come wide right along with Tang. A double tight end set, and the backs are split and offset to the right behind Weekly under center as we approach the 4:20 mark of the quarter. 2nd down and 2. The handoff, fake it to the fullback, give it to Barnett, sweeping left side, has the first down, cuts upfield, slipped as he made his cut across the 40 up to the 43-yard line, but he does have the first down, needed about 2, and he played 2. Hash mark left side, moving left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Barnett comes wide right. A wing left, double tight end. Barber, the fullback, is the lone setback. Now Tang, the man in motion, comes left to right through the formation. Weekly hands off to the fullback Barber over the left side, powers his way out near midfield, picks up 8 yards. Are in the 3rd quarter. Shapiro on a touchdown pass from Weekly. Both teams have missed field goals. One receiver, Stanley, comes wide right. A wing to the right side. Man in motion. They fake it to him. That's Shapiro. Screen pass over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Tang and Weekly. Getting some pressure. Threw it too far out in front of completion. It's 3rd down and 2 with 3 minutes to go. One receiver left and one right. A single setback. And that's Barber, the fullback. Weekly under center on 3rd down. They need to get to the 48 of Central to keep the drive moving. Weekly takes the snap. Turned around, nobody there, rolling to the near side. He's going to put it under, he's going to run for it, and he's got the first down inside Central territory at the 45. Out of bounds, that stopped the clock with 2:53 left here in the quarter at the right hash mark in Central territory at the 45. Weekly has 2 receivers left. The backs are split and offset to the right. Fake to the fullback. Weekly dropped the football. Now he falls on the football back at the 48. Did he recover it before Central got there? No, he did not. It's a turnover, and the Wildcats have recovered the fumble.
In the ball. Wildcat ball, though, near midfield late in the 3rd quarter.
No backs in the backfield as Henry will come as a receiver left. So 5 receivers on the pattern, 3 right, 2 left. Kitna back to throw. Getting pressure. Albert Jackson had him. He dumped it away. Incomplete. As Jackson had him around the arm, he just threw that one in the direction of one of his receivers to go. on 2nd down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Again, trips right and a single set left. Craven's 5 yards off the line of scrimmage behind his quarterback. Hitna under center on 2nd down. Back to pass, 2-step drop, throws near sideline. It is caught up into PLU territory. The catch made by Bellinger up to the
Mark Weekly, 2 of 6, so both defenses making the adjustments to shut down the passing attack here in the second half.
Trips right, single set left, and Craven the lone setback. Hitna under center. Turn around, give it to Craven, straight up field. Falls forward close to and should have a first down near the PLU 40-yard line. He needed the 42, and he got a yard and a half extra. They reset the chains. Well, they come up to the line of scrimmage. The clock is still not started. Now it is. Hitna takes the snap, drops back, leaves one up down the near sideline, and it is knocked away at the last second. Great defensive play by Marcus Givens as he turned around. The pass was in the air, intended for. Now the speed defense is in for PLU. That puts Ted Riddell as a defensive end on the right side. McElrath, the extra defensive back, comes in, and Ruby checks out. Hitna back to pass. Here comes a pressure. Hit from behind, but he got the pass off to Craven. Craven up to the 40 and down at the 35 before Roberts drops him across the 35 to the 34 for a game. Again, they'll have trips on this formation. They all come left. A single set. Bellinger goes right. Craven is the lone setback. Kitna under center on 3rd and 4. Kitna's back to pass. Looking near sideline. Throwing. It is hit. Complete. Up to Craven, and he drives the defender with him across the 30 out of bounds to the 28-yard line of PLU. Givens and White. Bellinger will go wide right along with Rayleigh. Should say Murray, and then Bellinger will come wide left to the short side of the field. Kitna under center with Craven in the backfield. He'll get the handoff, cuts to the outside, wrapped around and got away from one defender and slides forward to the 21-yard line for a gain of 32
yards in the first half. So Craven picking up where he left off to end the first half.
They gave him 6 at 2nd and 4. Trips come left. Bellinger goes right. Kitna under center with 53 seconds to go. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, has some time, looking into the end zone, and it is almost intercepted. It is. Oh, incomplete, fell out at the last second. And it was Fawcett who almost came up with the interception. Ball sits between the hashes. Trips come left. Bellinger goes right. Craven the lone setback. And the PLU fans making noise. Central wants a timeout. Trips will come wide left. Bellinger goes right. Craven the lone setback. 5 yards off the line. Behind Kitna, his center. Hay under the football. Snaps it back. Give it to Craven. Breaks to the outside and gets forward and hit near the line of scrimmage. This is going to be close as he got rocked backwards by Benedict. And a number of others will come wide left along with Tyson Rayleigh, the slot back. And Bellinger goes wide right. Craven the lone setback, 4 yards off the line, offset to the right side. Back to passes Kitna, has some time, throws one over the middle into the end zone. It is caught at the goal line and dropped immediately. Was Craven, his second catch, and he's down to the 1-yard line. It'll be first and side at the 1-yard line. Craven gets the handoff, hit immediately and stopped for a loss of 2, and I bet you it's Albert Jackson or Jason Teal at the bottom of that pile. Let's find out. Teal. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with our score. Pacific Lutheran 28, Central Washington 14. PLU leading Central Washington, but the Wildcats are knocking on the door. They have it at the goal line. Actually, it's now after that loss. It was Jason Teal who came through with that stop of Craven on the last play. Power formation, double tight end. Craven the lone setback. Murray the receiver right. Bellinger goes left. Kitna under center. A long snap count, maybe changing up at the line. Takes the snap, turn around, give it to Craven, hit at the line and push backwards, back toward the 5, but his progress was stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Albert Jackson. Bellinger will come wide right to the short side of the field. Murray goes left. Double tight ends, single set is Craven under center. Kitna takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. Dropped the football, it's loose. Recovered by the tight end, and he's dropped back at the 8-yard line. Todd Murray recovered it. Kitna just dropped the football. By the field goal, they'll put it down at the 13-yard line, hash mark right side. That makes it a 23-yard attempt. Diedrich the holder. Duarte snaps it back. The hold is down. The kick is on its way. It's up, and it is good. 13:28 to go in the game, and our scores now. Pacific Lutheran 28, Central Washington 17. You are listening to Loot Football on 1180 KLAY. The remainder of the game will be going with the wind in their face. Josh Rike back at the 5, awaiting the kick of Roust, who just kicked that 23-yard field goal. He's 1 of 2 on the afternoon, missed a 45-yarder into the wind. Here he goes with a kick. It's high, and this will be Requay coming up at the 8. Takes it across the 15 to the 20. Upfield across the 20, out of bounds into the central bench up near the 23-yard. Carl Kites is checked in. He will come wide left along with Stanley and Barnett. A single set wide right. And the lone setback behind the quarterback is Aaron Tang. Weekly under center, turns around, gives it to Tang, looking for some running room, heads straight upfield across the 25, out near the 26 for a gain of 3. That'll bring up second down, and Stanley will come wide left. Barnett goes wide right. Weekly from the shotgun. Tang, the lone setback, off to his right on second down. The snap, Weekly backpedals, looking. Has some time. Now he's going to roll to the near sideline. Still looking. He's going to take off with it across the 25 to the 30. Looking to the sideline. Pushed out up near the 35. Slides into the PLU bench.
Pass blocking just reduced it to an individual effort. Mark Weekly picked up 10.
Andrew Gray comes wide left to the short side. The slot inside is Barnett. One receiver, Stanley, goes wide right. Two back split and offset to the left. Weekly under center on first down. Takes the snap. Backpedaling. Looking near sideline. Now he throws. It is complete. Caught by Barnett up near the 40. And hit by a number of defenders, and Noon as well, as he will go into the backfield now along with Barber. They are split. Two receivers come left. Tang inside the slot of Gray. Stanley goes wide right now. Tang in motion left to right through the formation. On second down, Weekly wraparound to the big fullback Barber, straight upfield, pounds his way forward, ran over defender, gets into central territory. First down at the central 47-yard line. Get the license plate. And PLU first and 10 in central territory. Two receivers will go wide right. Barber, the fullback, now a wing to the right side. Tang is the lone setback. Gray, the tight end, is strong left. On first down, Weekly takes the snap, hand off to Tang, fake, rolls to the right side. Weekly's got some running room. Across the 40 to the 35, still on his feet, wrapped up near the 32, and dropping another first down for PLU. Again, play action allows their face. Aaron Tang will come wide left. Barnett is right, double tight end, strong left and right. Barber, the fullback, is the lone setback. Barnett comes in motion right to left through the formation. Weekly give it to Barber, straight upfield, across the 15, spins his way, backs across the 10 to the 9-yard line, and he picks up about 7.
Staff enjoy the security of Tom Barber carrying the ball as well as the effectiveness.
Tang and Barnett come wide left. Barnett in the slot. Tight end strong left and right. Again, Barber, the lone setback, gets the handoff, finds some running room over the right side, heading to the end zone. Fumbled the football, it's loose. Did he get a touchdown? PLU. And one of the Wildcat players threw the football. I don't think the official saw it, but the official has indicated touchdown. They say goal line with the football. The official said yes. Barber with a 10-yard touchdown run. 10 minutes, 1 second left. And Jamie Thomas with the extra point. It's up. It's good. And PLU now leads it 35-17. 10:01 to go. You're listening to Luke Football on 1180 KLAY. To the game if you
Absolutely.
won. Thomas has it teed up at the 35, down to our right. Macon and Hampton awaiting the kick. It's a line drive. Will bounce at the 25. Coming up will be Hampton. Had to go off his hand. Finally picks it up at the 10. Backpedaling and driven down at the 8-yard line. DJ's Seidel and others on the
ended up not getting good yardage at all, and the Wildcats have their back to the wall.
Trips come wide right for Central from their own 9, hash mark left side. Fake the handoff. It's an end around to Raylan. He's hit in the backfield and dropped inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And it's Judd Benedict who gets credit for the stop. He got him a hold of the jersey.
Riley, of course, a big part of the offense. It's going to have to become involved if the Wildcats want to get back into this game.
Second down and 15 from their own 4, hash mark left side. Trips come right. Kidna possibly changing up at the line of scrimmage. Backpedals to the goal line, looking, throwing deep, and it is overthrown, and it is intercepted and dropped at the last. Caught. It is caught off the deflection by Atterbury. John Hamill had the interception, bobbled it, and for Atterbury. 2 highlight film plays, very similar, bobbling catches like that, taken away from the defender. Trips go left, single receiver right. Kitna, draw play, Craven looking for some room, bounces off a defender, hits another one, and slides forward to the 49. Took it right away. Trips go left. Single receiver right, and Craven the lone setback. Back to passes. Kitna getting pressure. Now he steps up, has some room, tucks it under, heads up field, looking for the sideline, and goes out of bounds at the PLU 36-yard line. Smart move. Trips will go left this time, and Bellinger comes to the short side of the field, the right side. Craven, the lone setback, gets the handoff straight up field, runs into Jason Teal, and Teal powers him down at the line of scrimmage. Atterbury and Murray, along with Tyson Rayleigh, all go wide left to the wide side. Again, Bellinger will come wide right. Craven, 5 yards off the line, directly behind his quarterback. Getting it back to pass, steps up, looking, throwing over the middle, turning around, making the interception is Benedict at the 20-yard line, and it comes loose, and it is PLU football. They say he had possession when he was tackled. Judd Benedict with the interception.
Just a big play for the Lut defense as the offense now gets a chance to shave some time off that clock.
From their own 22, hash mark left side, Tang, the lone receiver, goes wide right, handoff, first back through Barnett, cuts over the right side, out near the 24 for a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8. We're under a rock and didn't hear what happened. One receiver goes right, single receiver left is Tang. Now he goes in motion left to right through the formation. Double tight end, turn around, give it to the big fullback. Tom Barber, big hole, upfield, out near the 40-yard line, and a first down for PLU. And then Central took it back down the other way and scored, and then got it back again and scored again. 2 receivers will come left. Weekly maybe changing up at the line, has his back split and offset to the left. Under center, the senior quarterback turn around, give it to Tang, the second back through, got a lead blocker, makes a move downfield, and stutter steps across the 45 to the 46. J.R. Suss, Pennsylvania, Baker, Kansas, and Hardin Simmons, Texas have all qualified for the semifinals. 2 backs are split. Weekly fakes the handoff. He's back to pass. He's looking for Tang wide open down the middle of the field, makes the catch, fumbled the football. Oh! And it is recovered by Central. They said he caught it, and it's recovered by the Wildcats at the 15. Twice now Tang has fumbled. Healed up rather rapidly, so I think that was just a case of him having a little trouble holding on to the pigskin. Trips come wide right for Central with 5:21 left, trailing 35-17, and whistles blow and flags fly, and a delay of game.
But gosh,
from the shotgun, Kitna takes the snap, throwing over the middle, and it is intercepted. No, incomplete, as it was deflected by the receiver, and it's only 35-17. We know what happened the last time these two teams met. I can't see why anybody would want to leave at this point in the ball game, in particular after that interception or that fumble recovery from the shotgun. Kitna looking, throwing near side, and it is caught by Murray, took it away and almost broke free, and he lost the football, and it's picked up by PLU at the PLU 45-yard line. Turnabout is fair play.
Definitely their friend now, as they got a nice 18-point cushion, and they'll try and run the clock out.
5:04 to go from their own 45, hash mark left side, 2 receivers right, a single set left. Weekly, wraparound draw, straight up field as Dave Askevold, the fullback, across the 45 up near the 49-yard line. Andrew Gray comes wide left along with Chad Barnett. The backs, Tang and Barber, are split and offset to the left. Tight end is strong right. Weekly under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling near side, getting some pressure. Now he'll step up, gets away from a defender, slides forward, and close to a first down up at the Central 44. He should have it. Looking for Tom Barber along the sideline. I don't see him. He may be through for the day. Man in motion. Here's Stanley left to right from the shotgun. Weekly takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Crossing screen. Complete to Barnett. Barnett, though, hit immediately at the line of scrimmage after a gain of only 1. Shane Walsh rips him to the... And Weekly will send Tang and Barnett wide right. It's Tang in the slot, double tied in formation with Stanley and Gray. Single set is the fullback, Dave Askevold. He'll get the handoff over the left side, gets upfield across the 40, fights his way forward, backpedals down to the 32-yard line. Well, you don't lose in an ankle, or maybe he has a slight muscle pull. Aaron Tang will go wide right. Double tight ends again, left and right. The backs are split. Weekly under center with 2:39 left in the game. They lead it 35-17. Long snap and up over the left side into the open field.